such a lot of world to see.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. Welcome, everybody. Roll call shows that everyone is here with the exception of our president and Dr. Jack Friedlander standing in for Lori Gaskin today for the meeting. I have the minutes. That's not going to work for me, is it?
You want this one?
I've got a draft here. First thing we're going to do is a hearing of citizens, and there are none today, so we'll move on to the minutes of May 22nd. Do I have a motion for approval?
I so move.
Second.
Any discussion? Any items?
I have one item.
I'm going to get back to retook my papers.
Oops. Has the minutes here.
I think it's
Page 4. It's the report from board member committee chairs on, and I reported on the fiscal committee, and it notes that the variance came in, the committee reviewed the year-to-date actuals versus budget report, and variance, in other words, the difference, came in at less than a 1.2%. Actually, I think I said less than 0.5%. And that's just terrific. And so we had thanked our accounting staff and really all of the college for taking care to understand and work with their budgets and to meet what we set out as a adopted budget so closely. And I really appreciate the work of everyone in reaching that conclusion. For the second year in a row, we've done really well on hitting our targets.
Okay. So any other discussion? With that change, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? All right. Next, we'll move on to recognitions, and I'd like to have Dan Watkins come forward and Adrian Agundez. And Mr. Agundez is the Chief Information or IT Director at Taft, and he's representing the Chief Information Systems Officers Association. I won't try that acronym.
CISQA.
Say it again for me, Jack.
Sorry, easy, fine. CISQA.
CISQA.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, honored board. My name is Adrian Agundez. I am the Chief Information Systems Officer for Taft College, and at this point I am representing as the Vice President for Southern California for CISOA, the Chief Information Systems Officers Association. This association is made up of CISOs, the Chief Information Systems Officers, and CTOs, Chief Technology Officers, for all of the California community colleges. The importance of this is that we get together as a group and we work together to help with the Chancellor's Office, with all the colleges, to develop leadership and understanding for technology. This past spring, we had one of our conferences, and at that conference, your employee, Dan Watkins, was nominated for one of our awards. And for us, it's very important that we acknowledge this award. This award was called Technology Excellence. So at our conference with over 400 peers from all the different colleges, Dan received, look this way, received his award for his amount of work that he's done with your ERP system known as Banner, and for the Gmail system that you have currently used, and for his leadership. And we've been very pleased to know this gentleman, and we've been very happy with all the different types of help he's assisted other colleges with. So he has been recognized by us, and we thank you very much for having him.
Thank you very much, President of the Board, Dr. Friedlander. This award obviously can't happen without a great team of people that I work with. I supervise 17 people, and I wouldn't trade any one of them. They are fantastic, and they make me look good, and hopefully I make them look good sometimes too. It wouldn't have happened without my lovely wife, Stacy, who's here, and it wouldn't have happened without my great boss, Paul, who inspires me and motivates me to be transformational and lead in technology both here at the college and statewide, and serve on statewide committees and dedicate some of my time to them. And it wouldn't have happened without my great colleagues that are also here, that I love working with day in and day out. So thank you for the opportunity to be a technology leader at this institution and in the state. It means a great deal to me, and I'm very passionate about it, and I love it, and I love this job, and I love this school. So thank you.
Thank you for coming all the way up here to extend the award. And Dan, we're so proud of you, and the whole IT team is just so humble, and we're really grateful for all your work. Thank you. So we'll move on to communications, and first up is Kim Monda, our new Academic Senate President. Welcome aboard early.
Thank you. That is what I was going to start with. Greetings, Madam Chairman and members of the board, and Dr. Friedlander. It is quite an honor to be here and to become the next Senate President, well, actually to be it. As you said, it was a little early. On June 6th, Kenley handed it over at 4 p.m. And I am missing that apprenticeship year, so I'm relying on everybody to be patient, and I'm already getting a lot of help as I transition. It's very exciting. So I'm going to just say two brief things here. Don't have much to report because the faculty are on break now. We do have a summer meeting in July on the 16th, and then we have a retreat the Wednesday in August before school starts, and that is where we come together and define our goals for the year. Again, I was going to have that year to plan those goals, but I have been thinking about this for a while when I knew I wanted to run for the position, and I've been serving on the Planning and Resources Committee and College Planning Council, and a big part of my professional life now has been figuring out how to make planning processes more transparent and effective and work together. And so I'm pretty excited to bring that experience to working with my colleagues in the Senate. My dream is to figure out more processes where we can communicate across disciplines to improve our teaching and share our discoveries, and to make things more visible to our students, because one thing we're really learning now is how being a good teacher involves really articulating for students what the goals are and all of the kind of approaches they need. It isn't simply academic skills, it's also life skills and motivational approaches and being aware of that bigger picture. So the last thing I'll say is another reason I wanted to run for this position is how much I love being at this college, and my colleagues are amazing, even in the administration, which I just went to a conference in June for Academic Senate statewide, and I really saw how blessed I was from some of what people were talking about. We have amazing people here, and it's really exciting to be able to work with them, so thank you, and I look forward to seeing more of you.
Thanks, Kim.
Well, Kim, I just want to say I'm excited that you're mentioning cross disciplines, which is huge, especially as we dive into disciplinary literacy and what that's going to look like for our incoming students. So you're pretty ahead of the game. Thanks.
Next up, Liz.
Good afternoon, members of the board. I also want to welcome Kim. I've worked with her quite a bit on CBC, and I've been a resource person for classified on planning and resources. And she knows how to run a great meeting, so I think she's going to do a great job as Academic Senate President, so welcome. The CCG has met once since our last meeting. We just kind of we had met in early June. We kind of wrapped things up for 13-14 year. We probably won't meet again unless we have a need until the fall semester starts, but we'll see if something comes up where we need to meet. The other branch of CSEA negotiations, today you have a proposal for our reopener. And we're also sitting down with the district on a couple of other items that we hope to resolve soon. So, but we haven't sat down yet to actually address our proposal, but it's an interest-based proposal, so there's nothing, specific in it. Any questions?
Thanks, Liz. Dr. Friedlander?
Yeah, I talked to Dr. Gaskin about what report she wanted to go give today, and she says, "You know what, Jack, I'm on vacation." So her report will be on vacation until the next board meeting while she enjoys herself. So there's no update that she wanted me to share with you.
It's a noticeably calmer meeting when summer kicks in.
Right.
So we'll have reports from committee chairs.
Yes, we had a voluminous amount of material to review this committee meeting, and you will see or have seen a lot of it in this packet. So I'm not going to refer to that except to say that we were very pleased with what we saw and the clarity of the reports. They're so marvelously clear. But there is one thing I wanted to particularly point out to you, and that is how exciting it is that we reviewed the professional services agreement for pre-construction project management services for the campus center replacement project. And to be that far along already, to be looking at the management team for that was very exciting. So we certainly encourage you to look at the contracts and the change orders and to say yes. At least we felt that they were very important and appropriate. And then we noted the amendment to the college long-range development plan and the resolution for amendments and the certification, and this was also exciting, of the final mitigated negative declaration for the West Campus classroom. So we had an exciting, long, busy meeting. Thank you.
Thank goodness for committees.
I would like to add just briefly, one of the things we looked at was the state's expected to include a significant amount of money for this campus center replacement in the budget. And it's quite a bit of money. It's pretty nice. With all the competition for that money from the state, from all the college campuses, from all the JCs in the state, that we actually got a significant amount of money for that, the campus center. And, that's really, really good news.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just, fiscal committee met before our last meeting, our last full board meeting, and you saw the tentative budget there. You're seeing the tentative budget again for adoption today. And we also looked at the quarterly report, which is on this agenda as well. And we would certainly recommend approval. But one of the things I just wanted to comment in the big picture, I think these documents are becoming more and more transparent, which has been an objective that we have had as a board for a while now. And you will see a number of graphs and additional explanations of what is changing, particularly in that quarterly report, which I think are very helpful. So people who are interested in looking at how things are working through, you will see estimates of where we will end up at the end of this year, and you will see not only the numbers, but graphs which give you a nice visual read on what's going on and why.
Thanks, Marcia. Peter?
I don't have a committee report, but I had a very pleasant experience this afternoon where a former student of ours, Ted Townsend, who passed away in January, was presented with a baccalaureate degree from the University of California at Santa Barbara. And it was not a posthumous degree or an honorary degree. They had calculated that he had actually finished all of the requirements after 25 years of trying. And the reason for the 25 years was that he was a paraplegic sitting in a wheelchair for all of that time, getting increasingly worse. So a representative from the College of Letters and Science met with me and with his mother, and we presented her with a baccalaureate degree. So it was a very moving and very significant step in his life.
Thanks, Peter.
I just want to, we all attended, I think on Friday, we all attended the campaign for college opportunity. They were doing these sort of listening tours across the state, and they broke up the state into different regions to sort of hear from key stakeholders and folks about what they thought, well, there's so many things on education, but specifically what the partnerships look like for K-12 and community college and higher ed. And so it's on their website, so I, just would encourage Kim especially, that would have been, there was UCSB faculty was there. And so they're really open to hearing from other people, and I think you would have been invited, and you are a key stakeholder. So I would encourage you to definitely, the executive director and those gals were really friendly and just really wanted to hear what people think and where we're heading. And these are huge shifts with K-12 and Common Core and looking at assessments, and none of the options presented were ideal or nothing was easy, but to definitely get folks at the table that matter and that interfacing with students, I think is going to be valuable. And I don't know if anybody had any other.
Thanks, Veronica.
So for you too, it's online.
I found it
Pardon me?
remarkable that we had our entire board of trustees there. I thought that was wonderful.
In spirit, at least.
Almost.
Almost. Thanks, Veronica. I really appreciate the perspective you can bring to the board coming from the K-12 system. It's great. All right, Jack, would you introduce the next item?
Okay, next item is, this is an update that we've been giving at most board meetings on our completion of our self-study for accreditation. So Robert Else is sort of chairing and coordinating the self-study report. And so we meet regularly. He is. Yeah.
It's
Well,
summer mode, I think.
It's summer mode, yeah. You're being casual, so.
Okay.
So, so you want to give an update of where we are?
Sure. As you know, we're working towards our fall 2015 accreditation visit by a team who will look under every rock and make sure that we're doing what a #1 college should be doing. And so we've got a committee of almost 70 people, a steering committee that's very inclusive across faculty, staff, admins, students. There may be some who are included that wish it wasn't so inclusive, but it's a lot of work, and we've been meeting every couple of weeks. Most recently, well, as you know, there's 4 standards, and most recently we met to review all the writing to date on Standard 3, which is one of the larger standards that addresses resources, our physical resources, fiscal resources, human resources, and technology resources. And so there was a lot of writing to review, but we're doing this all in a very shared document mode, which allows everyone to see what everyone else has written and make comments, and everyone can see those comments. So it's really a very efficient shared process, and it's moving forward very well. What we'll do is continue to meet every couple weeks, review these documents. There's a fairly clean draft that we're shooting for in November, followed by another even cleaner draft. You will see the document roughly a year from now, in June of 2015 is your first reading. And by that time, it should be in very good shape, and all of that is leading up towards this fall visit. And then typically we hear shortly thereafter what the ruling is, and by January of 16, we'll have our accreditation reaffirmed. That's the goal. Any questions or comments about that?
So the process, we're well ahead of ourselves. We budgeted plenty of time to make sure we get this done, and allow for everybody to look at it and make sure that it's as tight as it can be. It's a lot of work because more and more the Accrediting Association is becoming involved in compliance, and they're looking at more and more details. So the amount of documentation that we have to produce and justify is pretty voluminous, but that's what we're doing in writing this report.
For some members of the public that may be interested but not following too closely, we just had a lot of dealings with the accreditation committee, and since I've been on this board now, about 2 years, it's like never seems to go away as an issue. But what we're facing now is the regular, once every, I think it's 6 years, then it's a normal, reoccurring thing that all colleges go through. So we're not in any kind of trouble. We're not being looked at with a magnifying glass, but yeah, we are. And it's routine, but yet it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, this is our scheduled regular time we would be up for accreditation. What they've done is they've extended the review time from 6 years to 7 years. So after this, we'll have an extra year of before we have to do it. But you still have midterm reports you have to do, and it's a constant cycle in it. So we'll always be talking about accreditation, but every 7th year it will be more intense than the other years.
Any other questions or comments? Thank you for...
I just want to add that even though it is a lot of work, the standards are good standards, and it's work that we should do anyway, and I don't know if we would do as quite a thorough a job as if we weren't required to do it. So it's, there's two sides to this coin, and I guess from day to day we vacillate whether it's a pleasant or unpleasant task, but mostly it's a good task that we ought to do anyway, so we'll do a good job.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
All right. Next up is swearing in of the new student trustee, Nicholas Stile. And, we were so impressed with our last few trustees, and Christian Alvarez only served for 6 months, but he was just so great to have on the board. And Nicholas, I just want to encourage you to speak up, ask questions, and contribute as much as possible.
There you go.
And I'm going to speak slowly here. Let's go up higher.
Yeah, there you go. It's over there. See if you can get it, on TV here.
I'm going to switch sides with you, so that your right hand that's taking the oath will, you can face me.
He's got it.
Stage left, right, there you go.
Yeah, we'll need those little stage markers.
Right.
So, you ready?
I'm ready.
I, Nicholas Stile,
I, Nicholas Stile,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Such a long,
I was trying to memorize it last night.
it goes on and on and on. But
Just
it's
a
good.
few words at a time is great.
Yeah.
Okay, next is item 2.2, revision of board policies, academic affairs. We already read these. This is action item. If I can get to it. Can I have a motion for approval, or?
Second?
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that motion's passed.
Did we do both chapters?
That was for Chapter 4.
Okay.
Moving on to Chapter 5. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second?
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. There we go.
That was
Do you
good.
do you have
So,
any additional report
No,
here?
no, I think that a tremendous amount of work goes into those board policies, and ever since I've gotten here, we've always complained about not having up-to-date board policies. We couldn't find them. So this is a significant advancement because now the board policies are becoming accurate, they're up to date, we have a policy for, procedure for keeping them updated, and plus you can find things very easily, which has saved, I know it's saved me a lot of hours. So I appreciate everybody's work on this in the board, for reviewing it. It's tedious, but it's necessary in doing it. So, and also, it's something we need for our accreditation, but as Robert said, we're doing it for the right reasons. Accreditation happens to require it, but we're benefiting from doing this. So I want to thank everybody for the hours and hours of work on updating these policies.
Yes, and thank you, Marcia and Marty, who are our board representatives on that committee. Yes. And next up is Pat, who's also on that committee.
A lot of people.
We kind of get the impression that we're going to keep working and working, and when we get to the end, then we'll go back to the beginning and start all over, sort of like that bridge,
Right, painting the Golden Gate Bridge.
painting the bridge over and over and over. But I don't think that's happening, really. I think we're going to finish them, and then we'll be, we can look at them individually if we need to.
Right.
But
It'll
we'll
be a lot
have some
easier
good
to update them
policies.
as you pass new
I think so,
policies.
too, yeah.
I don't know if you are aware or not, but we have a new board policy website that you might want to take a look at. It's been posted very recently at the hands of Angie. It was a major undertaking for Angie and a big project, and you'll be able to see not only the board policies that have been through this process entirely and have been adopted. Unfortunately, you'll also see how much work we have left in front of us, but you also have access to the archive. The new website really clarifies which ones are current, which ones remain in process, and if you need to reference some older ones, which are what we have to work with right now, those are also accessible. So Angie is absolutely key on this team. It's a team sport. Board policies is a team sport. So
Well, that's especially helpful because I know when I came, part of the problem was we couldn't find a lot of the board policies. They were not even on the website yet. And so
Exactly.
it's really wonderful to see this happen.
unfolding. So good afternoon,
I was
members
going
of
to
the
just
board.
ask
Hi,
one
Marty.
thing. One more thing,
Okay.
and that is, how do you get to the board policy website? Do you do it through our SBCC website and Board of Trustees, and then there's a... Okay, left side. Okay, good. Okay, good, thank you.
And you can put them on your bookshelf, on iBooks.
I'll just,
organize
every
them.
night I'll be reading them. This is good.
Thank you for asking, because when you're so close to something, you forget that you need to step back a little bit further and provide more information for people who may not be as familiar with it as we are. So, good afternoon, members of the board, Dr. Friedlander. I am here to present a number of things tonight. The consent agenda is section 4.1, and there's A, B, C, and D. I can ask for you to take A and B together, but I need to take C and D separately. A and B are the actions involving permanent personnel and the adjunct faculty.
I move approval of item 4.1A and B.
Second it.
Craig seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Thank you. Item 4.1C is action involving experts and volunteers.
And I need to be excused from this one.
Okay.
I move for approval.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstentions?
Yes.
All right.
Item 4.1D are actions involving temporary, short-term, and student personnel. And I believe we have one abstention on this one as well.
Quite a long list.
Move approval.
Second.
And can I ask a question?
No.
The placeholders, it looks like there's no name, but there's a job description.
Correct.
And I don't remember seeing that before. There's lots of them.
Correct. The law that governs the hiring of short-term hourlies says that we have to get your approval before we can put someone into that position. So in order to allow supervisors to hire John Doe and have John Doe begin working before we meet next,
Got it.
we have you approve a placeholder for John Doe. And then at the next meeting, we would bring John Doe's name and pay and department information to you. So it's a
Got it.
placeholder that helps us conduct business in the meantime.
Okay, for some reason I didn't remember that, but thank you for the good explanation.
Thank you. We had a motion and a second already.
Yes.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And one abstention.
Item 4.2 are action items, which I will ask you to accept separately. These are...
Pat, just a minute. We will have a citizen speaking at 4.2B, or would you like to speak now? So I don't know how you're going to present these. Are you going to do them one at a time?
I was going to do them one at a time.
Okay.
We could take the first one first, which has to do with the California School Employees Association reopener proposal. On the heels of our successful interest-based bargaining last year, the contract allows for reopeners, and what I'm asking for you to receive this evening is the reopener proposal that Liz Auchincloss mentioned you had in your packet, and it is for receipt only. This is not something to dialogue about this evening.
Did anybody have any questions for Pat about 4.2A? All right. So the board has received that, and we'll call up Cornelia.
Need to vote.
The vote.
You need to vote
Yeah.
to receive it. Is that a roll
Okay.
call, Angie?
That we received.
Move to receive it?
So we have a move. Marcia is moving to receive the report.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you for that clarification.
Thank you. Honorable members of the Board of Trustees, President Macker, Dr. Friedlander, today I'm presenting you the Instructors Association reopener proposal for the 2013-2016 contract. Reopener proposals are somewhat a routine occurrence between negotiating parties. However, today for us something is new and different. In the past, we presented detailed proposals which included specific demands, percentages, and dollar amounts. The proposal which you have in front of you today is strikingly different. It is much shorter, and one of the central phrases in it explains why. Because we are trying to come to a new agreement through the use of interest-based bargaining, IBB for short. So what is IBB? Well, why don't we ask Siri, the friendly lady which resides inside your iPhone, or let's Google it. The answer you will find is that IBB is a negotiating strategy in which both sides start by identifying and declaring their interests. They come to the table with open cards and then together find solutions. And that is what we have submitted to you as our reopener proposal today. Another central phrase in the document in front of you is faculty compensation study. It is also new and exciting. The study's findings have raised a number of significant questions and pointed to areas where we believe change is needed. It is new and exciting because we have never had a compensation study for faculty. We had them for classified staff and for management, the last one just recently in 2013, but never for faculty. It is also not something many college districts do for their faculty. So this is a great step forward, and let me take the opportunity to thank you for making this study possible. The other exciting story is how this study came to fruition. It was not done by some outside consultant, but it is a true concerted effort by faculty administration, as it was completed by our own Director of Human Resources, Pat English, and our own faculty math expert on math and statistics, Anna Parmalee. I believe that this was a remarkable demonstration of the new, open, and trusting relationship between faculty and administration here at SBCC, something unheard of statewide. Major thanks for this change are also owed to Dr. Gaskin, who introduced and has promoted this collaborative process. But let me come back to the not unexpected questions and concerns the outcomes of the study has raised. Please have a look at the next slide, which shows the market median of the 10 colleges which the administration had picked as being comparable to Santa Barbara City College. It shows our highest non-doctorate salary class, also known as Class 5 of Schedule 10 here at SBCC. And in the columns on the far right, it shows in green for which steps we are right at or above the market median, and it shows in red for which steps we are below the market median. As you can see, the higher steps are all significantly below market median. In addition to just looking at the plain salary schedule, the study researched how our faculty fares once the salary schedule is exhausted and faculty have to wait for eligibility for what we call longevity increments. On the next slide, you see the scenario of a typical SBCC professor. We tend to hire experienced instructors, one of the reasons why we are the #1 college in the nation. And those instructors tend to stay with us for a while, another reason why we are #1 in the nation. And if we run a simulation of a typical new hire coming in at experience step 7 and then staying with us for 15, 20, or even 30 years, we see that this instructor gets hired slightly above the market median, but the longer he or she stays with us, the farther they fall behind, and that gap is significant. You see that when it comes to longevity increments, we are double-digit percentages below the median. Let's go back to the idea of IBB. Both sides start with identifying and declaring their interests. Well, this is what this joint IA administration study has identified and what needs to be addressed. As we are the top school in the nation, the #1, it is our wish, of course, that you will want us to be paid rather more, surely no less than the market median, in recognition and support of our faculty's major contribution to our students and to our #1 status. Finally, please allow me to introduce the members of the IA negotiation team, Mark Ferrer, David Morris, Anna Parmalee, Lynn Stark, and myself. And to you, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Cornelia. And Dr. Gaskin did ask me to extend thanks to all members of the team and the Instructors Association for their work. And it's been marvelous what she's done over the last couple of years. We're all impressed. So, how about, unless anybody has a question for Pat, or Pat, did you want to talk about this a bit more?
No, I just need to present their reopener proposal and ask for you to vote on receiving it. There being the Instructors Association, excuse me.
Move to receive the reopener proposal.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
Okay, so I'll sit in for myself here. So I'll do educational programs. So I have item 5.1, and that's to recommending approving the stipends for faculty members. So
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions?
Okay, thank you.
Passed.
Next item is 5.2. And these are the new courses for the Center for Lifelong Learning. So they continue to come up with an interesting set of course offerings. The one that I'm familiar with is, it's an interesting ethical dilemmas on child immunization. And, talking to the individual presenting that, I didn't think, it had so many ethical issues associated with it, but it's fascinating. And, what I like is the variety and diversity of courses that they're offering. So recommending approval of these courses.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion
Great.
passed.
And item 5.3, this is a requirement. We have to submit an evaluation report for self-evaluation for the Orfala Early Learning Center. And it says, but in order for you to get paid, you have to have the board approve it. So that's what we're seeking today for this.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Could I ask you a question? What is it that what does approval mean in this particular?
What it means is, it's saying that we conducted self-evaluation of the grant we received from the state. And so what the board's being asked to approve is saying, okay, we acknowledged you completed the self-evaluation.
And we've done this each year.
Yes,
Bernie?
yep.
Okay. Okay, so we have a motion on the table. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Okay, that takes care of it.
I think this is the longest business agenda list I've seen since I've been here.
Well, since last July, anyway. This is summertime, so we do have a lot on the list. There's more action items than normal, for sure. And the consent items do really reflect the amount of capital projects and deferred maintenance that we're doing on campus and the effort that's going on right now. So unless there are questions on the consent agenda items or someone wants to pull one for discussion, we can take them all together. Item 6.1.
I keep moving approval, and I don't mind.
Go ahead. I'll move for approval this time. Can you second, Peter?
Oh, I think I could do that.
Okay.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? None?
I just have a question, to note. I'm assuming, but someone would read this and say iPad 4, and it names a person, and it has, thousands of dollars. I'm assuming this is more than one. It says iPad for Jenna, but then it says $3,000, and so, iPads
I
aren't.
think that's a software name.
Huh?
Isn't that a software name? I thought it was.
don't know.
What's the item number?
We just did, so it's on page 3.
Purchase orders.
Yeah. On 61A, and it's just page 3.
6.1A. This is my sideways thing.
I know the side iPad.
6.A?
You mean it's item 6.1A, ratification of purchase orders? It's one of the purchase orders.
Yeah, and just page 3.
There's 400 pages of items, so it's going to take me a little while to
Huh?
find it. Oh, good.
It's just 6.A, 1A, and then it's just page 3 of that.
Yeah, I see that.
Saying it's 3,000 for an iPad.
Three.
Probably
Let's go.
More than
several people.
Like, it's probably just not for her.
Did you find it, Joe? Should I bring?
No, I have. What item is it? What's the PO number?
Uh-oh. What is the PO number?
It's the item number.
It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but I remember reading that, and I think that's the
Oh, okay.
I assume,
Where's the
That's page.
Oh, I see. It's the iPad for Janet
page
Garner.
3?
Is that what it is?
I don't have page.
You have it.
Is that the Apple? You
Oh.
talking about the iPad?
It's an iPad, yeah, for Jane.
Joe, what that is? This is,
Oh.
an iPad for the director of our DSPS program.
yeah.
So
Is it?
and I'm assuming it's not $3,000 because it can't be.
No, I can go back and pull that up when it comes up, but it's going to be for a number of iPads probably. She just happened to be the first one on the list.
Yeah, that's what I
And so
thought.
when it does the search, it pulls up that
Okay,
one.
right. So just for
So-
people out there that were,
Yeah.
we know that we're not
for,
spending $3,000 on one
It's really-
iPad.
It's really for
That's
several
an app.
members of the DSPS staff.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see why you questioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We get iPads at a much better price than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
No, thanks for pointing that out, Veronica.
No, that's good.
There wasn't a golden pad, it was multiple ones.
Okay.
Point 2.
So we can move on to 6.2A, resolution number 38, the budget transfers between major objects, and resolution number 39, the augmentation of revenue. We can take those two together.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All right, and we'll have a roll call.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
And then resolution number 40 is the transfer from ending fund balances.
I move approval.
Second.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And then 6.2D is the adoption of the 2014-15 tentative budget. I know.
Move approval? Or you, is that what you're doing?
Greg
You did, you
seconded.
beat me to it.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? None.
Okay, then 6.2E is bound council agreement with Stradling, Yoka, Carlson, and Roth.
Move approval?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed and abstentions? None.
Then for the next few, I'm going to ask Julie and David to come on down. Oh, I didn't see them up there. I thought they ran away.
The moment of panic there.
No, it's, if they could come down, because I would like Julie to, she has put a tremendous amount of work into this, both of these people have, and DUDAC, there's also other people working on it. There's other people in the college, but it's been a tremendous effort. I would like to note that we are going to take resolution number 43H next, and because it makes a more logical order than we put it in the agenda, actually. So. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so pleased to be presenting to you item number 6.2H, which is the Resolution 43, and that's for your certification of the final mitigated negative declaration for the West Campus Classroom and Office Building project. And this is the environmental document that myself and our consultant, DUDAC, David Stone, have been working on diligently over the last approximately 8 months. And essentially, this is the document that determines if there are any impacts to the environment that this project will have. And so that's why it's such a lengthy process. And there are essentially a framework that primarily David has put this project through, has gained the information from the architect and essentially put it through this framework to really determine what the environmental impacts are. And that process is essentially called an initial study. And so at the end of that, it has been determined that the mitigated negative declaration is the proper environmental document that we're producing for this project. That's what the college and the consultant have determined in partnership. Towards the end of the development of this document, we did meet with the city to review the project and be sure that we heard their concerns and tried to work collaboratively with any of the issues that they may have had with the project, and we did meet with them twice. Upon completing those meetings, we developed the document, and then the next step in the process is that you essentially post this document for a 30-day period for public review, and that's both for public agencies and for the public in general. And so we noticed our neighbors, we sent out a notice of intent and went through the 30-day period to see if we did receive any feedback. We did receive a few letters, and so I'm going to let David stand up and speak to that really quickly. But that review period did end on Monday. And so we received that. And so you have a few additional documents before you. We generally don't like to put those types of things in front of you at the meeting. But because of this deadline, it was determined that this was kind of the process that we had to follow. The comments were generally very, I would term mild, and were able to be addressed within the existing document. So I'm going to let David stand up here and speak very briefly about those.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Friedlander. I'm David Stone with DUDAC. I've been working with Julie and Joe and their predecessors since 2000, when the last long-range development plan was promulgated, and I prepared the EIR for that. I do apologize, as Julie pointed out, we do have some new materials that were presented to you, And if you look at Appendix D, the cover page is Appendix D, this is what will be appended to the draft MND as it is finalized. It provides all the letters of comment we've received from the public and responses to those. There were 3 individuals, neighbors of the college, who provided their concerns, and a letter from the Santa Barbara Air Pollution Control District. If you have questions about any of the comments that we have received, I'd certainly be happy to do that. Go into those. As Julie pointed out, none of these comments required that we address a new environmental impact that was not previously identified, nor did it require that we add mitigation that was not previously identified during the 30-day public comment period. Therefore, the final MND essentially carries forth with the essence and the substance of the public draft that you all reviewed prior to this meeting.
The response from the Air Pollution Control District, was that standard?
Madam Chair.
It was just passed out to us, right?
Yes, yes. The concerns they raised were of a standard nature. It was important to note that they did include in their letter, they did agree that all impacts resulting from this project would be less than significant.
Right. Okay. Any other questions?
I don't know, other than, I mean, how do we, I mean, I know we're a college campus and, you know, we don't go through normal city, but so is this, the people, because of the ocean views, is that because because their property value is not going to go down because now they're not an oceanfront property? I mean, is that the main thing, I mean, it's hard to generalize what, you know, the overall comments are just scanning through it, but being Santa Barbara, I mean, just seeing ocean comes up in my view, and so was that a generalization across some of the letters that we can make, or was it a property value thing, or what was it for them?
Madam Chair, members of the board, it's hard to sort of read between the lines. I have been doing this for 30 years, so I could give you sort of a perspective. What I read was that people were concerned about their physical ability to view from their private view corridor through to, in this case, the mountains, the Santa Ynez Mountains. And I'll just allow you this, that our response points out that private view corridors, such as those you see from your living room, your backyard, your front yard, are not subject to evaluation by documents such as these. The caveat would be if the college had a specific policy in the long-range development plan that addressed private view corridors of neighbors off-site, then you would be obligated to do so. Did that answer your question? So generally, property values may be that, but that was not specifically stated. It was just, we're concerned about our views.
I noticed a comment about expansion, and I just think it's important for the public to understand that we're building a classroom, and it's going to allow us to remove portables where we've been having classes anyway. Right. This is a replacement for the portables that are on our property.
Right.
And not an expansion.
Not an expansion. Yeah. It's replacement of our portables.
Right, and some months ago, we did have a public discussion, I believe, about the project, and we looked at the architect's plans and the impact on the neighbors that are close by and the views, and the impact was negligent. And it's not going to attract more students. It's going to get rid of negligible. I said that wrong. But it is going to
negligence.
Exactly, Madam Chair, members of the board, I do want to emphasize exactly what you said, and also Julie has taken an extra effort to provide these neighbors an additional letter to explain the rationale, not only of our comments, but of your decision to locate that building in its previously disturbed area in a manner that it won't further reduce open space and affect views.
It's not going to increase the traffic flow. We're not serving additional students. So that's a neighborhood consideration.
That's absolutely correct.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Whoops.
I said our lovely city.
So, move approval?
Yeah, we need to move approval. We're taking these out of order.
Yeah, this is item H, resolution number 43.
Yeah, move approval of resolution number 43, which is item H, of the certification of the final mitigated negative declaration.
Second.
Okay, and it's roll call.
Aye.
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 Okay, the next item is 6.2F, the resolution number 41, the amendment to the college long-range development plan for the West Campus classroom and office building project.
Thanks, Joe. So this resolution, and actually the one that follows it, both amend the same document, the long-range development plan, but they both do it for two essentially different reasons. So this resolution essentially amends the long-range development plan to include the West Campus classroom and office building project. And so we are asking for your approval of that amendment.
I so move.
Second.
Aye.
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 Thank you. So the next item is 6.2G, and this resolution, like I mentioned, is to amend that same document, the long-range development plan. And the amendments to that are included in this item essentially determine, or I would say confirm, the process that the college is required to go through for exempt type projects. And this was actually included at the request of the Coastal Commission staff in suggesting a more documented and simplified process for both them and for us to establish the steps that we need to go through. And they had recommended that we utilize the UCSB document, similar document, as our template. And so that's what, again, David Stone from DUDAC has done. And so before you is the resolution to amend the long-range development plan to identify the procedures.
I move for approval.
Second.
Aye.
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 Thank you. The next item is 6.2I, and this resolution is for the notice of impending development for the La Playa Stadium scoreboard replacement project. And initially, the college had determined that this was an exempt project, and we submitted to the Coastal Commission in that category. And we worked with them on a regular basis. We presented this project to the City of Santa Barbara Architectural Board of Review, who supported the project. We resubmitted with the city's support, and after review and determination, the Coastal Commission told us that their determination, this is new development, and that rather than exemption, they were going to process it as a notice of impending development. But they were doing that without any conditions. And so we were able to quickly prepare this notice of impending development so that we could get it before you. And the Coastal Commission staff has lined it up to be included on the July Coastal Commission agenda, which would then allow us to stay on schedule for the actual installation of the scoreboard in August.
Is it your feeling that the Coastal Commission is generally, when you said without condition, did you mean prejudice? Is that what they're
No, condition
suggesting?
means similar to like the humanities building, where it was approved, but there were several conditions that we had to meet to achieve that approval. They're approving this project without any of those conditions, or they're intending to.
All right, I'll move approval.
Second. I have a question. I don't understand a little, because there's a scoreboard there right now, and you're replacing it with a newer scoreboard. And so I guess I mean, it's okay to go through the process, but it seems odd to me that you would have to go through the process.
It,
Or what happened there?
it seemed a little odd to us, and I'm going to ask for David to kind of speak to this a little more intelligently than I can.
Oh, no, I don't believe
Committee
that.
asked that question.
Was this by committee? Yeah, no.
Madam Chair, members of the board, I'll make this very brief.
Sure.
This is a very technical item that the Coastal Act regulations do not allow a replacement project to be exempt. A repair and maintenance project, yes, but not a replacement. So the fact that the scoreboard was going to have new standards, new supports, precluded that project, as we learned, from being considered categorically exempt from their Coastal Act processes.
Okay.
So it's just
No,
moved
that-
over. So it's a minor notice of impending development.
Yeah, and I hope it goes well. It's crazy.
We do too.
Okay, Angie, roll call.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Before Julie sits down, I just would like to say that in reviewing these, we were struck by how careful the staff are about both the neighbors and the environmental impact. All the way along on these, they have been very careful and very thorough.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on the last item there, the notice of impending development. It should be noted that it did take 8 months for the Coastal Commission to finally respond, and that left David and Julie about a week to put together a NOID, which they turned it around, got it done, and put it in, and that's pretty amazing. So, good job, done even better at the end. It was very good.
Thanks. Thanks, Julie.
David.
Thank you, David.
The last item we have is resolution number 45, the California Department of Education Child Development Programs Agreement. And we get to do this every year.
These are starting to look familiar, right, Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Move approval?
Second?
And this is a resolution again.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
And then we have item 6.3A under business information items. And this is where the health benefit rates for 2014-15, which go into effect October 1. And, again, I'm sure that all of us here at the college want to thank the board for their generosity and once again keeping the 80% plan at no out-of-pocket for our faculty and staff. And we just want to express how much that is appreciated across the college. Thank you.
And there's no action for this item, correct?
No action.
So with that, we're adjourned.
Adjourned.
Looking through the window, you can see a distant steeple. Not a sign of people who wants people.